Hi guys, one of the things the Tories pride themselves on is fiscal responsibility. And they've been trying to convince the public that if you're concerned about money issues like government waste or fraud, they are the party to back. While much of the general public were distracted by Rishi Sunak and his immigration shenanigans, the Conservatives have been pushing an amendment to a bill that would allow them to snoop on the bank accounts of pensioners, people on benefits, and those on universal credit. A terrible breach of people's liberties. But why?
New Clause 34 and the connected government amendments, which, as we've been reminded, give the ministers power to inspect the bank accounts of anyone claiming a social security benefit. And I think it's been confirmed that that includes child benefit, state pension, as well as universal credit and all the others. Extremely wide powers being given to ministers. The minister told us that this measure is expected to save some £500 million over the next 5 years. I was pleased that a minister from the DWP was present at the start of the debate, although he's not in his place now, so the department isn't hearing the concerns being expressed in this debate about this measure. And my right honourable friend on the front bench told us that minister isn't speaking in the debate, so we're not going to be hearing what the DWP thinks about these concerns at all. My right honourable friend also told us, and I hadn't seen this assurance, that these powers are not going to be used for a few years. And so I'm completely, if that's correct, I'm completely mystified why this is being done in this way. If actually we had a few years to get these powers in place, why didn't the government wait until there was an appropriate legislation which could be properly scrutinised, rather than bringing them forward now with zero scrutiny and no opportunity for common scrutiny? There will no doubt be scrutiny in the other place, but surely a measure of this kind ought to have scrutiny in this House.
The reason it won't be scrutinised in the House of Commons is because it's a scam, it's a gimmick, it's a trick. It's about convincing the public that the government are doing something. You mentioned here £500 million. Has this been scrutinised? Of course not. It's just a government minister. And you notice that as part of the debate, the DWP, the minister for the DWP, will not be present. So it's another charade within Parliament. There isn't a real debate taking place because the government don't want to be scrutinised. This is just an election gimmick. Convince the public that they're saving £500 million by scrutinising people's bank accounts, people on universal credit, pensioners, people on benefits. Wouldn't it make more sense to scrutinise the bank accounts of MPs or members of the House of Lords? Wouldn't it make more sense to scrutinise those and see where the money that they're receiving goes and which money is coming in and which money is going out? Wouldn't it make more sense to clamp down on offshore bank accounts, on tax evasion and tax avoidance? That would bring in a lot more money than £500 million. But of course, this is about electioneering. This is about convincing the public that the government need to clamp down, need to punish people on particularly universal credit and benefits. They don't want to mention too much about pensions, but it's about focusing the minds of the public. We are dealing with people who are gaming the system. People on benefits gaming the system. We're going to punish them. We're going to check how much money they're receiving and how they're spending it. And their rights and their privacy just goes out the window. It's not important because we're going to save money. Should we look at billionaires with offshore bank accounts? No, we'll leave those people well alone. And what's also ironic about this is that you had members of the Conservative Party and even government ministers, even the Prime Minister, I believe, was standing up in the House of Commons complaining about Nigel Farage not being able to get an exclusive bank account. More time was dedicated to discuss Nigel Farage's banking behaviour than the rights of ordinary people to have access to a bank account and safe in the knowledge that it's private. Ridiculous. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.